Hello, yes, this is a video that is going onto the internet. My name is Nikki and thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Today, I will be telling you guys my coming out story because it is July now, June is over, it's the end of Pride Month, and I thought it would just be a nice reflection and a way for you guys to get to know me and my background a little bit. And with that being said, surprise, I'm gay, so there you go, do what you want with that information. Yeah, my coming out story isn't that exciting, but I just thought I'd share a story from my life. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. To begin my coming out story, I thought it'd be a good idea to just share a bit about myself, my background, and how I've become the woman that I am today. So, let's see, where should we start? When I was in kindergarten is when I first started getting feelings of not being like the other kids. You know, I like girls. I had crushes on girls. I teased girls. It was like oh, a boy likes you if he teases you, oh, boys will be boys. Well, girls will like girls, and that was a situation for me. So I remember I was younger and I had these feelings, and honestly, I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Not like there is. It's perfectly fine. Yes, I've accepted myself, but I'm just saying, like, at a young age, nobody else around me talked about these feelings or were open about being gay, so I didn't really know what to do with this information, and being that I was like 4 or 5 years old, I mean, I didn't really know what it meant to be gay. Like, I didn't know any of the terms that I feel like a lot of people know now. I mean, most people know what a trans person is. People know what a gay person and like a lesbian is, so these terms are a lot more widely known, but being that I was in kindergarten and didn't talk about my feelings because I didn't really know how to, and it was new, and just, I didn't really know what to do with the feelings that I had. I just kind of kept it to myself. It was my little secret. I didn't really tell anybody. And I went into first grade and I started having crushes on boys. And you're probably just thinking, oh, she's bi, okay, like, we're done here, like, it's that simple. But something that I've had to accept over time is everything's on a spectrum. And I know it sounds really cringy, but it's true. I mean, I feel like quite rarely are things black and white. Like, I feel like a lot of situations, there's a spectrum to be had. Nobody's like perfectly one way or the other. And especially if you're bi, I feel like most bisexuals can relate to this. You're not 50-50, like, exactly. Like, you lean more one way towards the other. And for me, even though I had crushes on boys, I very much lean towards liking girls. And I'm still like that to this day. And that can change, and that's totally fine too, but that just hasn't changed for me. I've always liked girls. The feeling of liking girls never went away, and that's how I knew that, like, this is, like, who I am. And it took me a really long time to accept that. Like, it's something that I hid for so many years, up until last year. I'm 18 now. I came out when I was 17 to my mom, and I'm so thankful that she accepts me, my stepdad accepts me. And, I'm working up to it with the rest of my family. But, yeah, for the most part, my family, well, not for the most part, I don't know, it's awkward. It's like I haven't come out to everybody, but I have faith that my family, and to the people that I have come out to, have been so amazing and so accepting, and I'm so grateful for that. I couldn't ask for anything better, and the reason that I truly did, like, come out to them is because it happened in a way I wasn't expecting, to be honest. It wasn't a planned thing. It just kind of happened. I don't know if other people can relate to this when they came out, but for me, I didn't plan, like, oh, this is something I have to do eventually. It was like, I could go my whole life and not tell them and just be like, whatever, I like girls, just, like, casually drop it. I don't know. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I just remember I was in my room, and I remember I was really emotional. I don't know if I was on my period or what was going on. I was just feeling really emotional, and I had this feeling that something was off. And I'm not saying that, I was with a boyfriend at the time, and I'm not saying that I didn't like him or I wasn't into him, but I don't think I was really living as myself yet. I don't because I wasn't out, I feel like I was hiding something for so many years, and like the guilt was just kind of taking over. And I felt like I couldn't be in a relationship, even if I was attracted to them, and not live out my truth, not live out the way that I truly was. So sexuality is confusing, but the point is, I just felt like something was off in this relationship, and there was nothing wrong with it, but I know it sounds really cliche, but like, it's not you, it's me, but like, that's really how it was. Like, I really did feel like something was just off, and I needed to be honest with myself. And I remember I asked my mom to come in, because she knows we're gonna have a serious conversation when I ask her if we can talk, because usually I just do that with my therapist. But yeah, so I remember she comes in, she sits down, she's like, what's going on? And I remember I start talking, and I just start crying. Like, I just remember I get really upset about something. I can't remember what it was. We were talking about something completely unrelated to me being gay. Like, this is something that just slipped out. It was so weird. But I think we were talking about a family friend, and I remember I just got really emotional, because I think I was like, everybody's getting so old, we're all gonna die. Like, that's how yeah, pretty much. I guess I was just thinking, like, everybody's like growing up and moving on so fast, and I don't know, I was just like feeling a lot in that moment. And I remember I was just telling my mom, I was like, I'm with this guy, she knows the guy, my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, just something feels off. I'm like, I can't explain it. I've had this feeling for years, by the way, like, hiding that I was bi, I was gay, whatever, that I like girls. I was hiding it for so long that I feel like I just couldn't do anything properly, because I just had so much guilt. But I had this feeling every time I was in a relationship, which up until now, I'm currently with a woman, but all the relationships I've had, prior relationships, like middle school and high school, I've had boyfriends. And every time I was with them, I reached some point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. And it wasn't that I wasn't into them per se. See, that's what's so confusing, is that, I like men, but it just felt like something was just off, like, every time, and I just couldn't get to what it was. And now that I'm, where I am now, I feel like the reason truly was because I wasn't being myself. And when you're not being yourself in a relationship, like, it's bound to cause issues. Like, what are you doing if you're not being yourself in a relationship? So I remember my mom was talking to me, and then I just got to the point where I just kept saying the same thing, like, over and over again, but I wasn't spitting it out. Like, I couldn't say it. Like, it was like I wanted her to say it before me, and like, when you say something out loud, it makes it more real. So I was like, I just didn't know, like, how to word it. I mean, it seems as simple as, like, I'm gay, like, do you accept me? But like, I didn't even want to say it out loud. I was just kind of feeling a lot, and I just remember my mom asked me, do you like girls? And I was like, yeah. Yes, I do. I remember my mom, she got actually excited, and I wasn't expecting that, but it was just it was a nice moment. I felt like I was finally lifting the weights off of me that I've been hiding for so long, and lifting any kind of weight or guilt or just feelings that you have really heavy on you, or you just feel like you're hiding something. You finally release that. It just feels so nice. After that, I really felt free. I felt like I was expressing myself better, and I just feel like my life has improved in every way since I've come out. Like, not just in, like, my social life and, like, my dating life, but, I mean, I just feel like my life has just improved since I've come out as myself, because this is how I truly feel. And it's one of the best decisions I've ever made, like, to come out to somebody. Of course, do it when you feel safe, but when you're ready to come out to your family, come out to the people that you trust, whether that's, like, your blood family or the family that you made, your friends, like, whoever, it's so important. And I think that any queer person should do it. And it definitely changed my life for the better. And I'm not hiding anymore. Like, I'm not in the closet anymore. Like, that's what that means. And I've never felt better. It feels good to be myself. And just the best advice that I've been given is don't live for other people. Because I think that's something I was doing for a long time. And that didn't make me happy. Why would you want to live for other people? Like, it's It seems really easy to not let others' judgments affect you. It's hard sometimes. But as soon as you break away from that and you just stop giving a like, it just feels so nice. It just feels so nice not to overthink and constantly be thinking about what other people might think of you. It just feels good. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you took something out of this and that you learned a little bit more about myself and my story.